Welcome to a previews look, in which we look at the monthly issue of the previews. Today we'll look at the August issue number 347. The previews is the monthly catalog by Diamond Comics. The new comics that are in this preview will be released October 2007. On the cover, there's Batman White Knight and Steve Scaros, Mastros. But what I want to speak about is not Batman nor Maestros. I want to speak about the most important event for October, Marvel Legacy. After the release of Marvel Legacy issue number 1, a new series or a new series of events will occur. Marvel Legacy, as Marvel writes, welcome to Legacy, where every single series is an event. Over the next few months, Legacy will usher in the dramatic return of dozens of its most beloved heroes, villains, teams, and artifacts in a bold story that will begin the next chapter of the Marvel Universe. A return to original series numbering will serve as a rallying cry for old fans and a dynamic new trade dress for signal a clean jumping on point for new readers. And there will be in each new beginning of this series 3-page bonus Marvel Prime pages, which summarizes the unique world of each character. Marvel Legacy. This is their their slogan, Marvel Legacy, where diamonds from Marvel's rich history carves the path to its future. So, the first story that's the biggest one that they're advertising in Marvel Legacy series is old numbering. And we start with Marvel, the Mighty Thor. The Mighty Thor will come out with issue number 700. So the way they justify it is they added all the Journey to Mystery 1 to 25, the series, the Thor series that ended early in 1998, and all the other series throughout that came out, and they just added up to 700. And I don't think anybody expects Thor to be 700, but it's a very dramatic number, so they're happy with that. Because Thor started in 1966, so they just added Journey to Mystery, even though Thor began in Journey with the Mystery, but he had a standalone comic book in Thor in 1996. So this is a justification that a lot of people will not be happy, I think. So it's not really a return of old numbers, it's a return to a mightier number, but not the old numbers that started in the 1966. The new storyline is going to be called Death of the Mighty Thor. Okay, that's the Marvel Legacy's biggest story, I think, as they want to justify it. The second is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 789. The Amazing Spider-Man, they didn't need to justify anything because they followed the Amazing Spider-Man because he started his own standalone story from the beginning. Not beginning, well, let's call it from the beginning, Amazing Spider-Man. Let's just, because it's only 14 issues. So the story starts with the fall of Parker, part 1. Iron Man needed less justification because it started with the original numbering of issue number 1, even though he appeared before, but they stuck with the numbering. So issue number 1 of 1968 is the first issue, and they just all the issues, the storylines they created afterwards, the revamps, they added them together to get 593. So not old numberings, but close enough, I think. Hulk is they added the Tales of Astonishing to justify the numbering. Uh, they they stuck. I think it's. I don't know. Like it doesn't feel well. It doesn't sit well. I don't think it's gonna sit well with a lot of people. But it is what it is. So uh, their justification is good because they have done it before at Incredible Hulk issue number 600. So they've been just following along, basically. Black Panther, who's a newer character, starts with issue number 166, and his storyline is Claw stands supreme. Then everything's part one. Remember, this is a whole new world. Captain Marvel issue 125 doesn't need justification. The story starts with Dark Origin Part 1. Iron Fist, it seems like he requires a little bit of justification, even though nobody really wants old numbering for Iron Fist. But anyway, we'll give it to you anyway. So, issue number 73 with Cybertooth, round 2. Luke Cage. Also, it doesn't really need new low numbering, but why not? Luke Cage, issue number 166, starting with the story Caged. Cable, I think I'll be happy with the numbering because I don't know, the soldiers. He's been an on and off. I don't know. I don't think people would care about Cable's numbering, but he had a long run from 1993 and onwards, but they ended him, and they just revamped him. This is their fourth try to revamp him, but they added up. So I think people are not really eager, are not really big about Cable renumbering. Uh, Deadpool is a little shocker for a lot of people, I think, because he's already at 287 and he started in 1993. The Cable Deadpool series is linked to Deadpool, not Cable. Deadpool kills Cable, and there's as we said before, Cable has his own series in which Near Mutants. Okay, let's go to the next one. Avengers. What? Yeah. So the new Avengers, the 1998 Avengers. So all different Avengers. The Avengers new 2016. So they just added all these Avengers together to create this number again. But at least it makes sense, I think. Avengers issue 672. Worlds Collide. Venom, no, they didn't even try to justify it. And he has his own standalone. I mean, his number, and I think nobody's going to debate it. But it's like, nobody really cares. I don't know. Maybe it's. It's a part 1, part 2, Lethal Protector. It's a double monthly issue. A new series. They only released 2 new series this month for Legacy, basically. The first one is Falcon. Him destroying the shield. He's going back to being the Falcon, taking flight. Is part 1. The second is people's favorite characters that are forgotten. The Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, and Blade. That's the only two characters, I'm not gonna lie. Who the girl, I'm not really sure who she is, and the guy. But I forgot. I just totally forgot right now, man. I could like look them up, but I'm not gonna look it up. Okay, Hellstorm, Santa. Okay, sorry. So, War at the Gates of Hell. I don't know how they're all linked, but continued story arcs that a lot of people forgot about. There are not new numberings nor new stories, but are continuation of the new series that came out, of new characters, you could say, or older characters that they just didn't get new numberings. The first is Champions, issue number 13. It's going to be two double issues this month. World Collide. I think the first part is in the Avengers, and second part is in the Champions. So they're interlinked this month. People are very excited, I bet you. Not me. The second is X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue unite for Mojo Worldwide. So they're gonna have their story linked, and they're both gonna get a double issue this month. So it's gonna be 4 parts of Mojo Worldwide. The first starts with X-Men Gold, second goes to Blue, then back to Gold, then back to Blue. The surprising thing is the Avengers. The Uncanny Avengers and the US Avengers are not linked. The Uncanny Avengers has the Stars and Gathers Part 1, and the US Avengers has Cannonball Run It Part 1. Okay. No parts, just one standalone. Spider Gwen has reached 25th issue. So Guam, the new storyline is Guam Vom. It's basically Venom and Spider Gwen. Think so. Yeah. No. Royals Fire from Heaven Part 1. Don't worry, everything has a variant. You get your variants for everything. The Defenders, not all of them. Not all the Defenders made it to this list of Legacy. Deadpool didn't make it, but anybody on this cover is in the Legacy. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and not least Jessica Jones. So everybody is Return of the Purple Man. Monster Unleashed enters the Marvel Legacy. Guess what? Gwenpool also. Yeah, boy. The all new Wolverine, issue number 25 and 26. Iceman, Jean Grey, and last but not least, the newest superhero, America. And that's all for this month. Thank you for watching. I hope this is going to be the first episode for the month. If I have another chance, I'll make another episode for other comic books that I find interesting from the previews. But this is the so far so good, I think. And hopefully a previous look will continue. Thank you.